All right, should be up and running here. Got about 6.5 minutes until the close. So we will take a look at the market here as we're finishing up. We're still making new lows, so we may end up closing just a little bit different than where we are at now. But let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for February 17th, 2022. Q's down 3%, and SPY down 2.26, IWM down 2.6. Came into today neutral, all right, neutral, with the expectation that if we break underneath yesterday's low, all out bearish, okay? I said we were trying to do the slightest bit of an uptrend on the Qs here. We had some time frame conflict. If we try to move higher, that will be the tougher scenario. But if we fail, if we break underneath yesterday's low, all out bearish. And here we are running back to the previous lows from earlier in February. Okay, so Q's back down. All right, hourly back in alignment with the daily. Bearish going into tomorrow, although, all right, we've had a decent move already. Okay, so, but still some more room to go. All right. So given that we got the kind of easier read today on the Qs and SPY, then today all I was really looking to do was for good setups lower. All right. The first call for me was the AMPL. Really like this gap down here. Wow, still making new lows. All right, we got out the rest of it around like 1850, so still making new lows here, which is pretty nice. All right, but very bearish day for the AMPL. All right, and breaking down here and underneath all the support, looking pretty good on the AMPL. So what was the entry though? That was the gap. Entry was really off the 1 minute here. It was just a 1 minute sell setup. It was very similar to yesterday's Angie entry. So here it is, comes in and then small amount of retracement, bases for a bit, and then breaks down. Now we did have to live through a little bit of a pullback, but it never took out our stop. I think it did go negative a little bit, but yeah, glad we stuck through it. That was a nice play on the Ample. Just like I said on the Angie here, I can show you what that looked like. All right, on the Angie, here it was. Okay, sell off, shallow retracement, 20 MA on this one actually catches up nicely and then pushes it back down, and that one actually was good all day as well on the Angie. So that was the first play on the Ample. Not too bad. Did have to kind of wait for it to really get going. And then ATCO, here's the gap. Now the gap on this, I do have this base on the daily highlighted, which is, I was saying it's a little bit aggressive, but I do like the shock value here, that it's challenging this support here. Can we get some more follow through to the downside? That's what I was looking for. And it started off okay. We just played this 2 minute base breakdown right in here. So tight stop. I knew that support probably not too far below, but this is how we played it. 2 minute base breakdown. And I liked the bearishness that I was showing on every time frame. Here's the 5 minute. See how the 5 minute, each kind of attempt to pop up is producing a lower high and a weaker pop. All right, and then on the 15, just kind of like a 15-minute 1, 2, 3 there towards the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and then triggers on the fourth one actually. But what happened was, as the market was showing a lot of weakness, this was having trouble making new lows. So ended up killing this, trailing it over that pivot right there. So, and then eventually it trailed. So lost some on the ATCO. I'm fine with the play. I thought it was good. I mean, got some shock value to it. Market was really weak. I thought we had a decent chance at it on the ATCO. Partial loss on it, so not too bad. And then Sammy had a really nice call on the MTTR. MTTR as a base break under 650 right in here. Okay, 650 by 670. Here it is. And then eventually got to the lows, had a nice breakdown there, and was pretty steady all the way down. I think if you could get filled, it was actually a pretty decent scalp as well. 15-minute bar by bar keeps you in all the way for Was that 2 Rs there? Yeah, for 2 Rs over 629. But I think max on this was a little bit more. I didn't really look at it for the flip though. Probably the flip was okay too, but I wasn't looking at it for the flip. So yeah, I mean, we were saying yesterday, market, if we get underneath yesterday's low, all out bearish, and a lot of things to the downside followed through. There were some things to the upside, some gap ups that were kind of interesting here and there. I thought the FFIE was interesting, but you see that broke out and then failed. RYTM I thought was interesting right in here off this 15-minute base, or even in the morning off that breakout, got a little bit of follow through, but I just, with the market where it was, doing exactly what we said would make it all out bearish, I just wanted to play the shorts, and I think that was the right idea, all right, to really focus on the shorts. All right, so hopefully you're able to catch some of these, like the AMPL and the MTTR. And if you took the ATCO with me, you know, it was just a partial loss. So not too bad on the ATCO either. So yeah, I thought today pretty decent. We had some really good gap downs, and the gap downs overall, that list was better. So that's why I also wanted to focus on that. So all points, you know, said to really focus on the gap downs. Okay. All right, that's going to do it for today's market wrap. Hope you did well today. We'll be back at it tomorrow to finish out the week. Have a good evening.